People thought that John Tanner died. Things get better here at Hawthorne Mill. Well, that was just the beginning of the nightmare.
Well, this town was kind of angry at that Hawthorne Mill because every week somebody would lose a leg or an arm or something, and it wouldn't stop. They just keep going on, and they would do nothing about it.
Paul Hawthorne inherited the mill in 1942. Oh, he's one of them Ivy Leaguers. Father's got him into Harvard. Hell, he didn't know how to run it. The only way to run a place this big is through fear and intimidation. Now, when he brought John Tanner in as a foreman, things shaped up for time.
But Tanner, he was awful. I mean, he didn't like his help at all. And I don't know why they stayed with him, but they did. They had to have a job, so.
If his employees did anything wrong, did not toe the line, he'd whip them.
There were rumors of some physical violence that may have taken place, and because of those rumors, he was a very disliked individual.
Everybody knew John Tanner was having an affair with Paul's wife, Clara Hawthorne. I mean, everybody knew it. He was always sneaking around with her. He'd come out from under the boiler room there, tucking in his pants, you know, all classy stuff. Oh, Paul was devastated.
Paul finally just lost it, lost control of his business, and I think he felt like he lost control of his wife and his life, and he decided that John Tanner was the reason they got into something of a physical nature. John Tanner was pushed into the machine. His arm was severed.
No one really knows what happened in that picker room on October the 12th, 1956. But this is what I do know. Paul Hawthorne, John Tanner, and they had one hell of a fight just a couple hours before that accident. One more than a week after John Tanner died, some awful strange things started happening around here. People was hearing voices and footsteps, and there'd be a lot of accidents.
Some call them accidents. Some feel like they can't even give a reason for these things that happened.
A lot of the accidents involve things like getting fingers caught in paper machines or trimmers.
Standard story was smell of his cigar smoke or the shadows of the silhouettes, whatever.
I smell that cigar to this day.
Sometimes an arm pulled through a paper roller.
All of a sudden you'd smell smoke and everyone would get up and go and look around and there'd be no source.
At least one person actually fell into the acid pulp digesters, and they would sometimes see shadows, or in one case a gentleman talked about hearing bathroom doors banging open and closed.
And there was that fire. Jesus mighty, 32 people died in that blaze. They say they can see a ghostly thing, just one arm.
And I had to turn around to pick something up, and there was a guy standing there, and he only had one arm, and I didn't know what to do. And I just took off. I never went back there again.
I think it was the attack on the part-time clerk that worked nights that scared me the most.
I really asked you prior to this interview if you would not bring that up. It's just too difficult. I was in the picker room that day and I got slammed right into it, and slices were appearing all over me. No, we don't know who it was. There was no face, actually, to even describe.
I don't believe in ghosts or images or anything like that, but there's something awful going on over there.
Those things I told you about after Tanner died, they still go on.